Joining us now, President of Citizens United, David Bossie. David, it's like Rush is still with us. He predicted this. He knew what was going on, and now everything's being exposed.
Boy, oh boy, do I miss his voice right now. What he would be doing to Hillary Clinton and talking and educating the American people on the Durham report, on the fake Russia collusion investigation, the Mueller probe, all of the lies that the media told about Donald Trump for the last 5 years. The great one, Rush Limbaugh. What a voice. And I got to tell you, I grew up as a young man, as a ditto head, listening to Rush Limbaugh, remembering, today, the 1-year anniversary of his death. I was just remembering all of the things, the great things that I learned listening to him.
In a way, a year seems like such a long time, because when you think that we were listening to him every single day, all the shows, all the hours that he would put into these shows, talking, as President Trump often said, there's no teleprompter, there's no script. This was just Rush talking to the people, millions of people that would tune in to hear what he had to say, because he got it. He was just like President Trump. They were very similar in many ways in terms of taking on the establishment.
You couldn't have said that any better. Rush Limbaugh is very much Donald Trump in the sense that they both love America. They both love this great nation that has given so many gifts to so many people. Both of them understood that it's not a perfect union, but that we every single day have the opportunity to make it better. And if you can possibly imagine and seeing the video and remembering when President Trump gave him the Medal of Freedom at the State of the Union, first, the left's head just collectively blew up, right? Because they hated Rush Limbaugh long before Donald Trump, long before they hated many previous conservatives before him. That this individual, Rush Limbaugh, embodied everything that the left hated because he loved this great country. He was really the first person the left tried to cancel, and they failed.
Really, it's just like Psalm 23, in the presence of my enemies. The fact that President Trump did that in front of the Democrats, in front of the Republicans. But that's the thing. There's such love for Rush, such an intense love for Rush, as well as an intense hate, because the establishment knows that's a threat. When you have pure love, pure spirit that really just cares about the people, you're not in it for the money, you're not in it for the fame, you're not in it for the power. There's such a difference, because they are, and they can't understand that, and so they hate it.
That's very true. Rush Limbaugh, as I said, he just oozed. Everything he did was about the greatness of America and how to make it even better. He was an eternal optimist. Every single day he brought joy and optimism to his audience, which is why they connected with him. But can you imagine today, Rush Limbaugh being on the radio every single day, talking about Biden's crime crisis, Biden's border crisis, Biden's Ukraine crisis, Biden's China crisis, Biden's inflation crisis, Biden's economic crisis? He would be schooling this administration and really being the point of the spear for the conservative movement to be able to take back the House and the Senate and be able to regain that White House. I just miss his voice every single day. He was one of the true great statesmen, one of the true great thinkers in American history, especially in my lifetime.
And he really saw such an evolution, as you said, what was happening to the country, how we really came back under President Trump. And I just remember after the November 3rd election, where do you go for news? Because there was so much, hardly anyone was covering what was happening. And you tune into Rush every single day, and to hear him go through it, to have him especially in those couple months, we needed him in those months to really lay out the truth of what happened about November 3rd and really to see what was happening post January 6th. He did see a lot of what was going to be happening, so we can go back to the archives and really know what he would say about it today.
Yeah, just watching your clips, of the fake Russia probe, he understood, and here's what it was: Rush Limbaugh had no fear. He was always on offense. He understood what the left was about, that they wanted to make you bow to them and to their pressure. And Rush Limbaugh never did it for 1 minute. He never let the left think even for a second that they were getting over on him. And so he showed no fear. Really a remarkable human being, but he taught his audience how to be on offense at all times, in everything. Reject the left's premise from the beginning, because they're always lying to gain power over you. That's a message that resonated with me listening to him all those years.
He taught everybody how to think, really, or to analyze the news, to get to see this. This is what they're telling you, but let's delve into the facts and figure it out for yourself. And that's really his legacy today, because all those millions of people that would tune in to his voice, they have that part of Rush still a part of. We all have that part of Rush still a part of us, because we know what he would say to certain things, and that helps you learn how to think, how to act. The way the people of this country have really risen up and run for office, a populist movement, even in the last year, down ticket, entering different races, even showing up at school board meetings. That's part of Rush's legacy, that Make America Great Again movement that Rush understood pretty much like no one else did.
He always had his finger on the pulse, and you just reminded me. I can't even imagine what he would have done with the Loudoun County, Virginia CRT, movement that just took over the entire country. But he would have seen this coming. He would have helped educate. He would have helped that movement along. Everything he did was to make this great country even better every single day, and he taught. That's what he was. He was a teacher. It was really an amazing thing. But that's what he was. He taught the American people, as you said, how to question, how to ask questions, and how to do their own research so that they could gain the knowledge which he understood was power. And that's one of his greatest legacies that I think that he would be so proud of today.
He would. David, thank you for coming on to Remember Rush. We remember Rush. He's a part of our lives every day, but when you realize the year that's gone by, but we look forward. We know we're going to see him again. And can you even imagine up in heaven right now, meeting everyone in history? He's having the time of his life, and we know we're going to see him again. So we love you, Rush. And thanks, David, for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.